our class, we are going to learn about irrational numbers. What is an irrational number? A number A is called irrational if it cannot be written in the form of p by q. So, a number which is in the form of p by q is called as a rational number. A number which is not in the form of p by q is called as a irrational number. So let us take a variable here a. A is a variable which cannot be written in the form of p by q. So a is called as an irrational number. P comma q are the integers and q not equal to 0. So what we can say about this? A is called irrational number because it cannot be written in the form of p by q. Let us see some examples for this one. Examples root 2, root 3, pi and so on are called irrational numbers. So that means root 2 value cannot be written in the form of p by q. Root 2 value cannot be written in the form of p by q. If you see the decimal expansion of root 2 value, the value is 1.4142135624 and so on. That means here we cannot see a decimal number repeating and terminating. So we can say that it is a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion. So this you'll know in the next coming sessions. Root 3 equal to 1.7320508076 and so on. So this number, whenever the decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-repeating, that kind of numbers are not possible to write in the form of p by q. So root 2 cannot be written in the form of p by q. Root 3 cannot be written in the form of p by q, as the decimal expansion of root 2 and root 3 are non-terminating, non-repeating. So let us take one more other example. Root 4, root 9 and root 16. These, see, when we talk about root 4 value, we know square root of 4 value is 2 and 2 can be written as 2 by 1. So this is a p by q form. Hence we can say root 4 is a rational number because it is written in the form of 2 by 1. Can I say the same for root 2? No, because the root 2 value is 1.414 and so on. So here the decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-repeating. So it cannot be written in the form of p by q. So root 2 is an irrational number. Now let us take root 9. Root 9 value we know its value is 3 by 1. So 3 by 1 is nothing but 3. This is also in the form of p by q. So we can say root 9 is a rational number. So few more examples of irrational numbers are root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, root 11, root 8 and so on. These are all comes under irrational numbers because the decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-repeating, and so those numbers are also not possible to write in the form of p by q. So I think now you have better clarity about what is an irrational number. A number which cannot be written in the form of p by q is called as an irrational number. Irrational number decimal expansion will be always non-terminating, non-repeating. That means the decimal form of a number is non-terminating, non-repeating. That will come to know in the next sessions. Now see, let us see one more next topic of this, representing the real numbers on the number line. Real number line, that means when we represent numbers on the number line, the possible conditions are these three. One is 2, 3 by 2, root 2, root 3 and so on. Some numbers we can represent on the number line. So when coming to the point here, every real number is represented by a unique part on the number line. See, when we talk about this number line, here minus 2 is one number, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on like this. So when I want to represent number 4, I should go to the point here. So I cannot say this value as 2 or 3 because it's a unique place for 4. Every real number is represented by a unique part. This part is only meant for 4. This part is only meant for 5. this part is only meant for 3. So this way, when we talk about different numbers, every number will have a unique place on a number line. So also, every point on the number line represents a unique real value. When there is no numbers on the number line, let us suppose. So in between -1 and 0, let us take here, there are so many points. Each point represents a different number. We cannot set the same point for 2 or 3 numbers. So each point on a number line is unique for different numbers. Okay, so the statement is what? Every real number is represented by a unique part on the number line. Every number has a unique place on the number line. Also, every point on the number line represents unique real number. Every point wherever we take a point on the number line, that point will have a specific real number. So let us represent the following numbers on the number line. Representing the following numbers on the number line, let us see some examples for this. 2, 3 by 2, root 2 and root 3. We have taken some numbers. 2 is one number, 3 by 2 is one number, root 2 is one number and root 3 is one number. Now coming to the first part. Here, if you take a number line, on the number line I have taken some numbers, -2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we have? We want here 2, the number 2 we require. So 2 is here. So it's a unique place for 2 on the number line. So this point is called as 2. So this entire procedure is called representing 2 on a number line. Now coming to 3 by 2. So take different number line. In that number line we have taken some points. Each point is given as a specific number. -2, -3 by 2, -1, -1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2, 1, 3 by 2, 2, 5 by 2 and 3. So when we talk about 3 by 2, when we divide 3 with 2, we will get the point as 1.5, which lies between 1 and 2. So we have taken one point here. That point is 3 by 2, which lies between 1 and 2, that is 1.5. So this point is only specifically given for 3 by 2. So that means 3 by 2 is having a unique place for a 3 by 2 on a number line. So this particular point is also having a specific real number, that is nothing but 3 by 2. So what is the specific number for this point here? 1. Specific number for this point 2. Like that, every point on a number line will have a specific real number. That means specific place for every number also. Clear? Now coming to root 2 value. So these two are called real numbers. 2 is a real number. 2 is a real number. 3 by 2 is the real number. Root 2 is a real number. Root 3 is also a real number. What is the definition of real number? A real number is the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Here coming to this example, 2 and 3 by 2 are called rational numbers, because 2 can be written as 2 by 1, which is the form of p by q. 3 by 2 is anyway in the form of p by q. So these two are rational numbers. Now coming to root 2. Root 2 value, what I told you, it cannot be written in the form of p by q. Root 3, its value cannot be written in the form of p by q. So these two are called irrational numbers. Now in the first two parts we have seen that representing rational numbers on the number line. So that is 2 and 3 by 2. Now let us see how to represent irrational number on a number line. Now let us first, what is the first step is to take represent root 2 on a number line is take a number line. Step 1 is what? Draw a number line. Number lines contain some numbers. I have taken -1, 0, 1, 2 and so on. So after this, mark a point A on the number line. I am taking a point at 0. So I have taken a point at 0. Take a point A here and take another point at 1. I am taking another point at 1, that is B. So the distance between A and B is what? 1 unit. The distance between A and B is what? 1 unit. Now, again, from B, draw one perpendicular. Perpendicular is nothing but making a line segment joining to a point, making an angle 90 degrees. Here, to make this angle 90 degrees, I have drawn one perpendicular from the point B with a length of 1 unit. The ending point of that perpendicular is taken as C. So, BC is how much now? 1. So, now join A and C. If I join A and C, I got some distance between these two, that is A and C has some length in between. That length, how do we get this length is, we know Pythagoras theorem. What is the Pythagoras theorem? AC square equal to, because this is a right triangle, I am applying Pythagoras theorem. And in earlier classes, you already learned what is the Pythagoras theorem. In a right angle triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square, that is Pythagoras theorem. Here, ABC is the right angle triangle. In this one, AC is the hypotenuse. How come we know that AC is hypotenuse? And we know the side opposite to right angle is always hypotenuse. Here the right angle is here at B. The side opposite to this B is nothing but AC. So AC is considered to be hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square equal to side square plus side square. What is side here? AB. AB square is how much? 1 square. 1 square means 1 plus other square, other side square. What is the other side? BC. BC square equal to how much? 1 square. 1 square value is 1. So, AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. That is AC equal to square root of AB square plus BC square. AC equal to 1 square means 1 plus 1 square means 1. AC equal to root over 1 plus 1. We'll get 1 plus 1 is what? Root. 1 plus 1 is what? 2. Root 2. So AC value is root 2. The distance from A and C is nothing but, the distance from A and C is nothing but root 2. Root 2. So after measuring with a center A, draw an arc with a measurement of length AC. That length, that arc touches the number line at a point P in between 1 and 2. That point P indicates root 2 value on the number line. So what we want to show, represent the following on a number line. To represent root 2 on the number line, we have to follow this procedure, and the root 2 value is what here? P value. What is its value? 1.4. 1.4, we usually take 1.4. Now, I think you are clear with this example. Now let us go to the root 3 value. So how to represent root 3 value? To represent root 3 value, first we have to draw root 2 value as I told you in the previous example. So construct root 2 here. So from root 2, what is the next step? With center C, from center C, draw one perpendicular. Perpendicular means making an angle 90 degrees with AC value here. I have taken one perpendicular, and the length of the perpendicular is how much? I have taken 1 unit. Why I am taking 1 unit will come to know here. So 1 unit, and anyway we know that AC value is what? Root 2. So now again, if you join AD, we can see a right triangle here. What is the right triangle here? ACD. This is the right angle triangle. Can I apply Pythagoras theorem? Yes, we can apply Pythagoras theorem again. What is the Pythagoras theorem? According to this triangle, AD square equal to AC square plus CD square. So what? AD equal to root over 2 plus 1. That is nothing but AD equal to root 3. So AD value here root 3. So again from first measure the length of AD. Again with center A, draw an arc which cuts the number line at point Q. So which is the root 3 value on the number line. Which is the root 3 value on the number line. This represents root 3 value. P represents root 2 value. So this is how we represent irrational numbers on the number line. Clear? So we will continue in the next class. Thank you.